Swagatam. I will begin the discussion with again a fictitious dialogues. Just listen to them. The year 2000. Oh, congratulations on becoming a mother, boy or a girl. Year 2003. How is your son doing? Have you enrolled him into a play school? Year 2004. Have you joined him into a school? Did you get seat in a very good school? Year 2008. How is your son in studies? Is he getting good marks? Is he getting good grades? Year 2015. Your son must be in 10th standard. Have you put him into tuitions? Have you given him extra tuitions? Is he going to get good marks? Is he going to take science or commerce? Year 2017. He must have completed his 12th. What rank did he get? Is he taking medical or engineering? Year 2021. How he completed his engineering. Where did he get placed? Did he get good salaried job? Did he get a job in an MNC? Year 2023. Have you started looking for a girl for him? Year 2025. Have you not yet found a girl? Yet. No match found? Anxiety is building. Year 2027. Still not yet got a match? Should I also help you? Give me his Jatakam. I will search. Year 2028. Congratulations, your son got married finally. The year 2030. Congratulations on becoming a grandmother. The year 2033. How is your grandson doing? Have you enrolled him into a play school? The year 2034. How is your grandson doing? Have you joined him into a school? Now I suddenly interrupted them. When this was continuing forever, but I suddenly interrupted them. You inquired about that son for 30 years. Suddenly why did you stop? I mean, did something bad happen? Did he pass away? For 3 decades you inquired about him and suddenly you stopped inquiring about him. You started talking about only the grandson. What happened to the son? And they said, son, he's settled. No, what else is there to ask about him? He's settled. Okay, so is that the end? He has achieved the end of the world. There is nothing more to be achieved. I mean, there is nothing more to inquire means that means it must be over. I said, yeah, what else? He has a very good job. He's in US, he's earning millions. He has 2 houses in his name, 1 house in his wife's name. His kid is very good in studies. What else is there to ask? Then I asked, okay, so you are just waiting for him to die then? Countdown. You are counting down when he is going to die. Oh, what rubbish you are speaking. Who are you? I said, I mean, what else do you mean? You have inquired every year almost about that person and you suddenly stop inquiring. That means he must have completed whatever he had to do. And when he dies, surely you are going to ask him, right? You are going to inquire when he dies. So death is the next notable event. So that means you are waiting for him to die, effectively. I mean, I got shooed away from that place. They didn't answer me. But then I thought a little bit. I mean, what could be the answer for this? Then I asked Krishna, this fellow only, for an answer. I mean, what is happening? Why there is a confusion? And he gave some answers which I want to explain now. In mathematics, there are 2 terms, necessary condition and sufficient condition. For example, if you want to prove that a number is a prime number, I divide it by 3, for example. It is indivisible by 3. And then I say, okay, it is proved that it is prime number. Is it proved? For example, 17. I want to prove that 17 is a prime number, which is indivisible by all numbers. Is it sufficient if I divide it by 3 and tell that it is a prime number. Indivisibility by 3 is a necessity. It should be indivisible by 3, yes. But indivisibility by 3 is not sufficient for me to call it as a prime number. You have to do a lot of other tests also. You have to divide it by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so many other numbers. So division by 3 is a necessity, yes, correct. But division by 3 is not sufficient. It will not complete the purpose. Another simple example. If you want to call a number as even number, divisibility by 4 will not give you the sufficiency. If you divide it by 4, if it is divisible by 4, for sure it is an even number. But it will not cover all the even numbers. 6 is not divisible by 4, 10 is not divisible by 4. So are they not even numbers? What you have to divide? You have to divide by 2. Division by 2 is the sufficient condition to prove that it is an even number. So there is a difference between necessary condition and sufficient condition. By now you would have noticed the irony of the terminology. It says necessary condition, but it does not guarantee anything. It is necessary, but it does not guarantee the fulfillment. A number to be called as prime number must be indivisible by 3. It is a necessity, but it does not guarantee that it is a prime number. This is an irony. And Krishna told, I have told this in the Bhagavad Gita. I searched for prime numbers, even numbers, I didn't find. He told, I told it in a different way. I used two terms, Preyas and shreyas. I said shreyas is that by attaining which you will fulfill the purpose. And Preyas is that by attaining which you are still on the path. Preyas is a part of shreyas. Necessary condition is a part of the sufficient condition. If you fulfill the sufficiency, you have fulfilled everything. But if you fulfill the necessary condition, you cannot guarantee the goal. So this is why the mad marathon is on. We have confused between necessary condition and sufficient condition. We are thinking that money, property, family, health are sufficient conditions, whereas actually they are necessary conditions. They are necessity, very much true, they are required, but the irony is they don't guarantee anything, just like in mathematics. The name says that they are necessary, but they will not fulfill anything. They all come under the basket of Preyas. They are meant to be achieved to achieve something bigger. They are not the end of the game. How do you say? Our ministers are there to prove you don't have to struggle to earn money. Even if you have 1,000 crore rupees, you won't be satisfied. They are proving to you. Even if they have 1,000 crore rupees, they want another 1,000 crore rupees. They want another 1,000 crore rupees. Even if the whole world comes under their command, they won't be happy. They are proving that to you. So why do you want to prove it to yourself again? Why already the experiment is done. They are showing you directly that money and property, even health, cannot be a sufficiency. They are necessary, they cannot give you the sufficiency. They cannot give you the sense of contentment. You won't feel fulfilled. It is something like you start your journey towards a picnic. You want to go somewhere to a picnic. And on the way, you look outside the window and you see a lot of greenery, scenery. Now what will happen if every 5 minutes you stop your vehicle and start taking photograph of the scenery? When will you reach your destination? You forget your destination, you start enjoying the roadside scene itself. You start thinking that cat, dog, crow are worth taking photo, you will take their photo. You forget that if you proceed and reach the destination, you will get to see the majestic tiger. The journey itself has become humpy. You are just stopping wherever you want. No doubt you will reach one day. But after knowing this, why you want to delay? After knowing this, go on enjoying the scenery, no doubt. Get money, get health, get family, get property, get everything. Then race ahead. Don't stop there. After I get money, I want more money. After I get more money, I want still more money. After I get more money, I want still more money. And when will you stop taking photographs of the roadside scenery? And when will you go towards destination? So this is the confusion, basic confusion between Preyas and Shreyas. Then I told, I didn't agree. When Krishna told, I didn't agree. I told no. I do all the puja part very regularly. I do homa havanas very regularly. I chant Hanuman Chalisa every day. I am very regular in all my religious activities. God is a priority for me. Then Krishna asked me, how big is your bedroom? I don't know the size, but it must be something like this much big. How big is your kitchen? This may be a little less, little smaller than the bedroom. How big is your worship room? You say it's a 2 BHK flat. You should make it as 2 BHK L. It has 2 bedrooms, 1 hall, 1 kitchen, and it has a small lockup with rods, with a door, where you can't even stretch your hands up or sideways. You have given that room to me, and you say God is your first priority. I tried coming so many times, but I couldn't even. You expected me to come in my Chaturbuja form. I came, a chakra was touching the right wall, Gada was touching the left wall. I went back. I could not accommodate myself there. There is a small story which is, I'll come back to the conclusion later. There is a small story about a milk seller, a woman who was selling milk in the olden days. Some of you may know this story. A woman was selling milk in a village. She was carrying milk and supplying milk from house to house. There was a scholar, a very big Pandit, and she used to give every morning, she will bring milk and place it on his doorstep and go. And one day, it was heavily raining, and between the house of the seller and the scholar's house, there is a river, small river, and she crosses that every day. One day there was a flood because of heavy rain. So the scholar thought, today she will not come, she cannot come, because she won't be able to cross the river. But she came. He was surprised. How did you come? It is flooding in the river. She told, I took Krishna's name and I crossed the river. He said, what are you bluffing? Take Krishna's name and cross the river? Yeah, I crossed the river. He didn't believe. She said, I'm going back now, it is flooding even now. You can see me, I will go back the same way only. He followed her. She was taking Krishna's name and she was crossing the river. She was walking on the water, she crossed the river and she went. This fellow got stunned. Okay, so Krishna, by taking Krishna's name, I can also cross the river. He was wearing dhoti like me. He immediately put his dhoti, tied his dhoti and stepped into the river. Promptly he fell into the river. And he shouted at that woman who was going. Why did I fall and why did you cross so easily? She asked him, why did you lift your dhoti and tie it up? That means you didn't have faith. You thought that your legs are going to get drenched in the water. Why did you lift it and tie it up? If you had so much faith, you shouldn't have lifted it and tied it up. You should have just walked. Your intention was to walk on water. Then why did you lift the dhoti? That means in your head, you are dead sure that your legs will get drowned in water. That's why you lifted. You don't have faith, so you got drowned. The same way, we are all dead sure that God will not come. That's why our puja rooms are so small. We are dead sure that no God will enter the hall. It is just for me to chant something. I cannot even sit there. I can't even do Tadasana there. Forget other asanas. I can't even stand there in that room. So our priority has totally shifted. Vivekananda, okay, then you may ask, why should I have a big worship room? Why to waste space? In bedroom I sleep, in kitchen I cook. I need big rooms. What will I do with this? It should be like that only. It should be a small place. After all, everything is God's. This is the final statement you make. After all, everything is God's. So what is the difference? I will give him a small room. The Vivekananda says, answers this. This worship room is not for any God. The idea is forgotten. That's why room is becoming smaller and smaller, like God particle. The idea of worship room is something which is forgotten. Vivekananda explains this in his Raja Yoga book. Whenever you are pleasant, whenever you are happy, whenever you are in a good mood, whenever you feel very tranquil, serene, you will be feeling occasionally. When you don't have any problems, nothing is happening. Whenever you are pleasant, you should go to a room, a specified room, and sit there and meditate. Meditate meaning be in a pleasant mood. Think about anything pleasant, not again money. Money may not be pleasant. Think about the incidents of Bhagavata, think about the incidents of Mahabharata, whatever you like. Think about a person to who you surrender. Think about a person, personality, a God to who you surrender. Think about anything pleasant which makes you feel good. Sit there and meditate. Sit there and sing bhajans. Sit there and read scriptures. But go enter that room only when you feel pleasant. Don't enter that room when you are angry. Don't use that room for sleeping. Don't use that room for any other activity apart from pleasant activities. Don't allow others to enter that room. Don't allow everybody to enter that room. Keep that room separate. This way, repeat this for several days, several months. A separate room. If separate room is not affordable, a separate corner of one room. Do this continuously over a long period of time. What is going to happen? If you are upset, if you are angry and you enter that room, automatically your mind will calm down. It is just like to protect ourselves from the rain, from the sunshine and everything, we build a house. The same way, here now we are building a house to protect our mind. We are creating an environment filled with good vibrations, and who is building? You are only building. It is not for any God. It is not the incense sticks that are burnt are not for any God. The lamp which is lit is not for any God. Everything is for you to finally feel pleasant. The flowers are not for God. Vivekananda tells this also. Always keep flowers around you. Flowers, when the moment you look at flowers, you feel pleasant. God does not demand, I want this flower, that flower. He is not interested. Everything is finally to build a particular kind of vibration in that room, so that when it actually rains, you have a shelter. When it is actually hot sun, you have a shelter. When things are going bad, you can go to that room. Your own vibrations which you built over the years are going to protect you now. This is the idea of the worship room. It is not to please a Hitler-like God who is waiting there. If you don't do puja, I am going to punish you. If you don't chant Hanuman Chalisa every day, I will punish you. There is no God like that. Such God is no God. It is not a God in the distant skies, like a policeman observing what you are doing, what you are not doing. He doesn't have any other better business. You see a traffic police that, okay, you've crossed red signal, I will give you a ticket. We have brought down God to our level. That's why we are thinking all this. There is a statement, popular statement, Aham Brahmasmi. It looks like easy chair philosophy. Now I will tell you why it is not easy chair philosophy. And what is that we are doing wrong when we say Aham Brahmasmi. For that I need to tell a little bit about computers. Nothing great, but little bit. When we program in computer, we write several statements in that particular language. We declare variables, we assign variables, and then we'll do if conditions, all those things. Now suppose I have declared two variables, I and G, two variables. Any names you give to the variables, I and G. And then I assign. I is equal to 1, G is equal to 1000. Okay, fine. Easily understood. Now, I am saying that I am God. I am saying I and G are same. So, I write there in the program, G is equal to I. When you do G is equal to I, what is going to happen? You remember clearly, I is equal to 1, G is equal to 1000. Next statement I am writing, G is equal to I, Aham Brahmasmi. What has happened? The value of I has come to G. Both have become 1. We have pulled down God to our level. What you have actually do, you have to do I is equal to G. So that 1000 will come to I. G, the value of G should come to I. The value of I should not go to G. The reversal of the assignment is causing all this problem. You say Aham Brahmasmi, I mean I want to bring God down to the level of my body and I want to become a superhero. My intention is to become a superhero finally. I want to retain my ego, I want to retain individuality, and then I should say I am Brahman, which will never happen. Always you will bring down God to your level. So finally I is equal to 1 and G is also equal to 1. Both have become 1. God is nowhere, lost. 1000 is lost. We want to fit in 1000 into 1. We don't want to expand 1 into 1000. We are always doing it the reverse. So the statement Aham Brahmasmi is not a myth or just told for the sake of encouraging you. It is a truth which is already existing, but we are reversing the assignment of the variables, and so we are trying to bring God down to our level. We are not trying to raise ourselves to the level of God. So 1 remains as 1, 1000 remains as 1000. Another example given, the traditional example given, is the example of a wave. Suppose the wave is crying. I want I want ocean realization. I don't know what that ocean is. It is crying. Oh ocean, where are you? When will you give me darshan? I want to see you. And it is crying. I am so tiny. It is showing its name and form. It is showing its form as the wave. I am so tiny. And you are saying, I am Brahman. How can I become ocean? I am so tiny. I am such a small wave. How will I become the ocean? Now you just look at it from the different perspective. Does the wave have to do anything to attain ocean? Does the wave have to do anything to get ocean realized? Does the wave have to do anything to get the darshan of ocean? The only thing it has to do is to change the definition of I. Currently, the moment we utter the word I, it is immediately associated with the body. Immediately, when you say I did this, the I immediately means there the body. And when you say Aham Brahmasmi, you want to bring God down to the level of the body, you want to make this body eternal, immortal. Which is a vain effort, which will never happen, which has never happened also. The only possibility is then You then find out then what you mean by this I. You always say I know I exist, I am awareness, you say everything, and then you also say I am Brahmasmi, and I also say I don't feel it. Then the only possibility is the assignment is wrong. The variable is assigned wrongly. If you correct the assignment, you will automatically feel I am Brahmasmi. So self-realization is, now everything becomes negated. If the wave says anything, it is saying related to the form only. If it says I am having this disease, I am having this trouble, I am having these problems, everything is related to that small wave. If it gets to know its true identity, what will happen? Everything is going to vanish in one moment. Easily said than done. Yes, correct. Then the only effort is to search for the real identity of the I. This is called self-enquiry. The easiest form of meditation, but for this, first you have to get some curiosity. If you say I am happy with the way I am, as the body, it will never happen. But if you get that curiosity, the question, what is meant by this awareness? I define everything, but what is the definition of me? I see everything, but what is it that sees everything? I hear everything, but what is it that hears everything? I research everything, including my body, including all the organs of the body, including the brain, including neurons, including my heart, all the organs of the body, but what it is that is researching? Where is the source of this awareness? Have scientists found any element, any chemical compound which is aware of itself? Have they been able to create awareness out of nothing? We say consciousness, awareness, but the very word has been associated with something. Consciousness, oh consciousness, somewhere far. What are you? We immediately look up, there, here, somewhere, the moment you hear the word God and consciousness. What are you? What makes you aware? Is the body aware? Otherwise, if the body itself was the reason for the awareness, then while carrying to the cremation ground, the body should have woken up and told, don't burn me. The body should never die. The body is still there. That means the awareness must be something different from the body. I am aware of the body is not aware of itself. I am aware of the thought is not aware of itself. This may look like some extreme philosophy. That is the problem. We have pushed philosophy away from us, we have pushed self-realization away from us, we have pushed God away from us, and then we are crying self-realization is difficult. Wave is crying that ocean realization is difficult, whereas ocean is just below the wave. The only effort then is to sit and search. When I say me, when I say I am, what is saying that I am? The body certainly does not say I am. I can sit quietly and say I am. Then is a language required to say I am? If you don't know any language, does it mean that you don't know that you exist? The language were mere words. What was the feeling behind that word? Every word points at something. If I say table, I point at this. If I say phone, I point at this. Then when I say I, what is it that I am pointing at? I say body, but body is different. Body cannot be I. I have a separate name for this. I call it as body. So when I say I, what is that feeling and what is it pointing at? It is coming from the same source. It is pointing back at the same source. Aham is a word which cannot be replaced by any other word. Not even Omkara. Aham is such a special word which comes from the same source, points back at the same source. If you are able to reach that source, then people have told that you have attained something, meaning you have found that you are the ocean. The game is over. Whatever terminology we can use. Actually, all the terminologies are pushing things away. When we say Paramatma, we are looking up. When we are saying Atma, Atma. When I die, the Atma will move from, who is moving? Is the Atma different from you? Am I different from my Atma? Is the person, is the I struggling to get self-realized different from the self to be realized? Are there two selves? Are there two yous? One struggling to get self-realized, another getting self-realized. Are there two I's? It cannot be two I's. There has to be only one. And what is that Atma moving? That means I am moving. That means I don't die. This discussion will go on very long, but I just wanted to put a seed. It may not be appreciated by everybody, but for those few who may understand this, it may grow into a big tree over time. And when it grows, you will start seeing it affecting everything in your life. And you will start seeing that nothing matters after that. Thank you. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya Om Shanti 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 Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukha Bhag Bhavet Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Calm down the mind, silence the mind. Allow the thoughts to slow down and allow the mind to calm down to complete silence. That silence is bliss, bliss is silence. Ananda, Santosha, Trupta Sthiti, Ananda Sthiti. Just maintain that Ananda Sthiti throughout the day, and as to manifest that Ananda, do good activities, 5 acts of good service, good activities, 5 good things you must do every day. Write that in the diary. Come to Namaskara Mudra. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya Om Shanti 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 Sarve
सुखिनः